Hey guys, Mila, the Hangry Woman here, and today I am doing a video that a few people have asked for, and I think it's a really interesting comparison. So, Ozempic versus Trulicity. What's in the box? What can you expect? I actually took both of these medications at one point because I started with Ozempic, then I had an allergy to Ozempic, which was semaglutide. Then they moved me to Trulicity, which I think is dulaglutide. And so thinking that like maybe I wouldn't have the same allergic reaction, I did. And so I ended up coming off of both of them. I have tons and tons of videos about Ozempic. I have one Trulicity injection video. I didn't really do a video on Trulicity. I didn't think that I gave it enough of a fair shot. I took it one time, and then after that I was like, I can't take it anymore. So I just didn't really do a video on it because I was like, I can't really give a good overview of my experience when I had just taken the shot once because I had an allergic reaction to it. So I wanted to talk about what's in the boxes for each of them so that you know what to expect and just kind of like what the differences are between the shots, because they are actually very, very different. Before we get started, if you're new here, I'm Mila. I make videos about life with diabetes, so that includes recipes and food and all the thoughts that I have about living with diabetes and some helpful tips and tricks that I have found work for me that I just like sharing with everyone else, because idea sharing gets you more knowledge, and the more you know, the better you do. So if you like stuff like that, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. And I hope you enjoy this video, and hopefully it answers some of your questions about the differences between the two. So we'll start with Ozempic. It's a semaglutide injection. This particular pen, so there's two pens of Ozempic, I believe. One that does 1 and 2 milligram injections, and then this one that does 0.25 and 0.5 injections. And so I was taking this one at first. I was on the lowest dose of Ozempic when I was taking it. I started off at 0.25, moved up to 0.5, then moved back down to 0.25. I have videos explaining why that happened for me, but that's what this package is. And so you might get a different package when you're prescribed depending on what your dosage is. And so what this looks like is just this box. So it includes one pen, and it also includes the pen needle. So you're able to open it, and then you have kind of like this is really cool. It tells you how to log when you take your injections, so you don't forget when you took them or what day, because you do have to take it on the same day every week. And then it gives you instructions, which is really nice, on how to take it. There's also like a pamphlet that comes in here. I had already opened this box, so I think that I threw it away a long time ago. And then it comes with NovoFine pen needles, and that's one difference between Ozempic and Trulicity. With Ozempic, you're gonna screw on the pen needle, and I'll show you how that works after we get through what's in the box. But then you also have your Ozempic injection pen. And then there's typically a pamphlet in here as well that just details more of the health and safety information. I think I took that out and probably threw it away at some point because I didn't need it. I had taken it so many times at that point. And then it gives you a phone number if you need to call to ask questions. So that's what's in the Ozempic box. And then the Ozempic pen itself kind of looks like an insulin pen. It really looks like any injectable pen. Like most injectable pens have this look and feel, and this is actually technology because you're not having to like take it with a syringe and stuff. So you just undo the cap, and then what you do with this, I still have a full pen of it because I stopped taking it. So what you do, and I hate to waste this pen needle, but I want to be able to show it to you. So what you do is you have your pen needle. You will, sanitize the area where you're going to do the injection, sanitize the top of the pen. You'll take off the like little paper part of the pen that makes it sterile, screw it on, take off the first cap. So it's really important. There are two caps on this pen. So you take off the first cap, which covers it completely, and then you take off the second cap, and that's where you're gonna see the needle. That's where you're gonna have the injectable. So sometimes, and people have said this in comments on my Ozempic injection video, sometimes people forget to take off this second cap so they don't get the medicine in. So make sure you take off both caps so that you can see the needle, and you'll be able to see even when the medicine drips out a little bit. That doesn't mean that you do anything wrong. It just, the air is coming out, pushing out the medicine. Then you will turn it to your whatever your dosage is. So if it's 0.25, you turn it to 0.25. If it's 0.5, you turn it to 0.5. And then you stick the needle into your skin, and then you push this gray button all the way down, hold it, count to 6, and then you're finished. So that's how the Ozempic injection works. It's a very simple injection. You can see this needle is so tiny. I think people get afraid when they feel like, oh my God, I have to do an injection. This needle's so tiny, barely you feel a pinch. Like, I have done this injection so many times that I think I was on Ozempic for about 10 months. So I did it once a week for 10 months. Super easy injection, almost easier than insulin sometimes. So I love these Novofine 32 gauge needles because they're really tiny and they still get the medicine in. So works out really well. So here's how Trulicity comes. Trulicity, instead of being one pen like Ozempic, is your month supply is going to be 4 single dose pens. And so it's going to have the exact amount that you need in each pen, and you just discard the pen in a sharps container. That's the other important thing with Ozempic. You have a pen needle that you screw on like I just showed you. Make sure to take that pen needle, discard it in a sharps container. You need to do the same thing with your Trulicity injection because there's a needle inside of it. So you want to make sure to put it in a sharps container and either take it to your pharmacy, take it to a hospital. Some fire departments will allow you to dispose of sharps, but don't just throw it in the trash can, because you could like stick someone with a needle and that's not good. Even though the needle retracts back, you just want to be safe about it. So it comes in a box like this, your Trulicity. It's 4 single dose pens, so it's going to be the exact dosage that you need. You don't have to do any dialing up. You don't have to like find your dosage. It's all done in the pen for you, which is kind of an advantage, but I will tell you why I didn't like the Trulicity pen in just a second. So then it tells you basically to mark it where you took it, sort of like the Ozempic pen. So this helps you keep track of what day you took it on, because like Ozempic, this is a once a week injection. And so you only need to take it once a week. It's good to mark where you took it because you gotta take it like Ozempic on the same day every week. Then you have the health information and the instructions for how to use the pen. Read those, it's important because this pen is a little bit tricky. But I do have a video on a Trulicity injection, so you can see what the process is like. So you have your pen, and this is what the Trulicity pen looks like. So it's a little bit different, and it's got all the medication. I might be able to zoom up on this, but I'm not sure, but it's got all the medication that you need right in there. It's a single dose pen. And so what you do is you are going to take off this cap, which is where the needle is. So the needle is inside right here. And it's really important that you do not push this button until the pen is against your skin and you are ready to inject, because if not, you will waste all of the medicine in this pen. It will come flying out and you don't want that. So what you do, it's locked here. And so once you take off the top, you want to unlock it. You're gonna sanitize your skin just like you would with Ozempic. You press the needle up against your skin. I don't wanna do it because I don't wanna accidentally inject myself. But you press this up against your skin, and then you're gonna hold down the button. It's gonna click, it's going to inject, so just keep holding it down. So this is why I don't like this pen, because you can't control the pressure of the injection, and I found that these hurt so much more, especially if you press them against your skin too hard. You press it up against either your belly, your thigh, wherever you decide to take your injection, then you're gonna hold down the green button. That's going to push the needle out as well as pushing the medicine out into you. So what you're gonna hear is a click when it comes out, and then once it's done, it's gonna click back inside. So the needle's gonna retract back inside to the pen. You'll know that you've taken all the medicine when you can't see any liquid in this little reservoir anymore, and that's it. That's how you take the injection. You take your cap, you cover this back, just making sure I did it right. You don't have to lock the pen, but you can. I just relocked it because this is a full pen of Trulicity, and then you dispose of it in a sharps container. So it's, I don't know, they both have their pros and cons. Like, and let's look at the pens also next to each other. Because like the Ozempic pen is a little smaller, it's got multiple doses in one pen, where the Trulicity one is just one dose in one pen. In the Ozempic injection, you can control the pressure and the depth at which you inject, because you're screwing on the needle and you're pushing it in, instead of the Trulicity injection where you place it up against your skin. Don't do it on your hand, do it on like a fatty part of your body, but you're, you know, placing the injection on your skin, hitting the button, and then it's forcing the needle out, so you don't really get to control it. And like I said, I found that Trulicity, this injection hurt so much more. I found it like stinging and bruising a lot more than Ozempic did, and that might be because I just held it against my skin too hard. Because I wanted to make sure that I got the medicine in, but after I was like, ow. And then I don't know, I just had like a mental block with this pen rather than this pen, because I'm used to taking insulin with pens like this, where I control the depth and the speed that I inject, and those don't hurt, whereas this is just kind of like spring loaded, and I don't know, I found that to be a little bit scary. And I don't know, there are some other injections, like there's Victoza, which I think is a daily. I didn't take Victoza, so unfortunately I don't have a comparison to be able to show you guys that pen, but they are all just a little bit different in the way that they work. I personally preferred the Ozempic pen just because it was like my insulin, and I also liked that it was in one pen that I had to keep track of instead of 4 pens that I had to like make sure that I did each week. So it's up to you and up to your doctor which one they prescribe, but I'll just tell you, having experiences with both, I preferred Ozempic. 1, because I was able to be on it for longer. 2, because the pen for me was easier to manage. And 3, because I don't know, I saw the most results on it, whereas I had to stop Trulicity pretty fast because it did not agree with me very much. If you guys have any more questions, let me know down in the comments below, and you can watch my playlist of Ozempic and Trulicity videos. I talk about being on Ozempic for 10 months. I have a lot of videos about the progress with that, and then I, like I said, only took 1 dose of Trulicity and then I was done. So I don't have very much on that, but I do have a Trulicity injection video because I thought it would be cool to show how you inject it and what that looks like. So you can check those out, and if, like I said, if you have any more questions, leave them down in the comments below. But that's it for this video. I will see y'all in the next one. Take care of yourselves and have a good day. Bye.